do you have a plan to contain the coronavirus in the U.S.?
We do have a plan, and we think it's going to be handled very well. We've already handled it very well. CDC has been terrific, very great professionals, and we're in very good shape. And I think China's in very good shape also.
Now we're working very strongly with China on the coronavirus. We think we have it very well under control. We have very little problem in this country at this moment.
Serenos, tranquilos, tenemos capacidad para enfrentar esta situación.
How concerned are you?
Well, we pretty much shut it down coming in from China.
You may ask about the coronavirus, which is, very well under control in our country. We have very few people with it, and the people that have it are, in all cases, I have not heard anything other.
Because of all we've done, the risk to the American people remains very low. Now the Democrats are politicizing the coronavirus. They tried the impeachment hoax. That was on a perfect conversation. And this is their new hoax. And we're the #1 travel destination anywhere in the world, yet we have far fewer cases of the disease than even countries with much less travel or a much smaller population.
El coronavirus, eso de que no se puede uno abrazar. Hay que abrazarse. No pasa nada. Detente, enemigo, que el corazón de Jesús está conmigo.
The vaccine could not work. You take a solid flu vaccine, you don't think that would have an impact or much of an impact on corona?
No.
We're discussing before, you really don't know what the percentage is. Some people will have this at a very light level and won't even go to a doctor or a hospital, they'll get better. There are many people like that. Then we made the changes, but the testing has gone very well. When people need a test, they can get a test. It will go away, just stay calm. Using emergency authority, I will be instructing the Treasury Department to defer tax payments without interest or penalties for certain individuals and businesses negatively impacted. Because of what I did and what the administration did with China, we have 32 deaths at this point. Other countries that are smaller countries have many, many deaths. To unleash the full power of the federal government in this effort today, I am officially declaring a national emergency. Two very big words. There's a very contagious virus. It's incredible, but it's something that we have tremendous control over. It seems to me that if we do a really good job, we'll not only hold the death down to a level that is much lower than the other way, had we not done a good job. But people are talking about July, August, something like that. Referring to it, meaning if you're talking about the virus, no, that's not under control for any place in the world. I think I read, no, I didn't. I was talking about what we're doing is under control, but I'm not talking about the virus. Yes, incredible, but it's something that we have tremendous control of. You're talking about the virus? No, that's not under control for any place in the world. I think I read, no, I didn't. I was talking about what we're doing is under control, but I'm not talking about the virus. And I've always known this is a pandemic. I felt it was a pandemic long before it was called a pandemic. We have very great approval numbers. I mean, people like the job that we're doing. The only thing we weren't prepared for was the media. The media has not treated it fairly.
What do you say to Americans who are watching you right now who are scared?
I say that you're a terrible reporter. That's what I say. I think it's a very nasty question. I've been right a lot. Let's see what happens, John.
Y no dejen de salir. Todavía estamos en la primera fase. De acuerdo a nuestros técnicos, especialistas, científicos, el 19 de abril vamos a poder salir de la gravedad. O sea que nos vino esto como anillo al dedo para afianzar el propósito de la transformación.
What do you have to lose? I'll say it again. What do you have to lose? Take it. I really think they should take it. Hydroxychloroquine. Try it, if you'd like. Did anybody in this room think a thing like this could happen? But it happened. They don't have to appreciate me at all. I don't care about me.
México es, después de la India, el país con menos infectados por coronavirus. No es posible que afecte tanto una pandemia en lo económico, en lo social.
I wish you'd ask the question differently. Why don't you say it's gotten off to a tremendous start, but there were some little glitches, which, by the way, have been worked out. I wish we had a fair media in this country, and we really don't. Speaking of unfair, go ahead. We have to get our country open, Jeff.
Can you say, sir, what metrics you will use to make that decision?
The metrics right here. That's my metrics. That's all I can do. There's always a risk. This is genius that we're fighting. You know, we're fighting this hidden enemy, which is genius, okay? It's genius. The way it's attacked so many countries. All I'm saying is this: how do you close down the greatest economy in the history of the world when on January 17th you have no cases and no death? When on January 21st you have one case and no death. One case. Think of that. What we inherited from the previous administration was totally broken. We inherited broken testing. Now we have great testing. Today I'm instructing my administration to halt funding of the World Health Organization. I was angry because it should have been told to us. It should have been told to us early. It should have been told to us a lot sooner. People knew it was happening, and people didn't want to talk about it. The head of a country doesn't have to say, stay in. These people are smart people. Nobody ever thought this could have happened, a thing like this. We inherited a lot of garbage. We took, they had tests that were no good. They had, all the stuff was no good. It might not come back at all, Jeff. It may not come back at all.
We will have coronavirus in the fall. I am convinced of that.
Right, and then I see the disinfectant. It knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning? Because you see it gets on the lungs and it does a tremendous number on the lungs. So it'd be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with. But it sounds interesting to me.
Vamos bien, porque se ha podido domar la epidemia. Se redujo el contagio, se volvió horizontal, se aplastó la curva. 1 mes y medio que estaba en Baja California, en Tijuana, recibí un informe en el sentido de que teníamos que tomar decisiones con urgencia porque podíamos ser rebasados.
I'm not a doctor, but I'm like a person that has a good, you know what.